Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire sex trafficker, is dead. Some people rejoiced at this news, even though the accusations brought against him by his victims will now have a harder time in court proving the allegations because no one's left alive to validate them. And for that, this is bad for the world. Now, I'm not going to talk about the conspiracy involving either his suicide or murder. You'd have to be a tinfoil hat wearing lunatic to assume that just because he said that people were trying to kill him the first time he committed suicide, that he was telling the truth. You would have to be crazy to question Epstein being removed from suicide watch and writing his will designating his fortune to Boris Nikolic 2 days before he killed himself in a cell with no fixtures to tie any sheets to, at the exact moment the cameras malfunctioned and the guards fell asleep. I can only infer that if a person has the power to kill someone in a federal prison, put the guards to sleep, and have the cameras malfunction in order to prevent him from validating the existence of a multinational pedophile sex trafficking ring of wealthy elites, then they'd make pretty quick work of a internet nobody with a few thousand followers. To close, I just want to say that Bill and Hillary Clinton are the most transparent and honest people in politics. I personally would not blame them for the death of Epstein because I prefer being alive. Some people think it's relevant to note that Bill Clinton rode on the Lolita Express, the plane owned by Jeffrey Epstein, 26 times to Pedophile Island. Or that Epstein had a giant painting of Bill Clinton wearing the same dress Monica Lewinsky wore whenever she did not have sexual relations in the Oval Office. Or that Bill Clinton has been accused by 17 different women of sexual misconduct, as well as being closely affiliated with Harvey Weinstein. So like I said, I'm not going to talk about that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the thousands of victims that Epstein pimped to wealthy elites around the world. They have been consistently ignored by the media and law enforcement since the beginning. Epstein was already given a sweetheart deal after being found guilty of soliciting sex from a minor. He only had to serve 13 months, and during those 13 months, he was allowed to go home and work during the day. When people talk about privilege when it comes to the law, it certainly exists if you got the money. Your sentence will be reduced, the fallout from the media will be quiet, and you'll go back to living your normal life very quickly. We have consistently disgraced the victims of human trafficking by allowing this to happen. This man literally bought and sold little girls. Death is too easy. Now that he's dead, the 24-hour news cycle will continue, moving the public's attention onward to the election and on to other things, leaving the victims of his crimes in the exact spot they were before, alone, with no public support, trying to bring down the most dangerous group of sadistic bastards the world has ever seen. And that, my friends, is sad. I wanted so badly for him to bring this whole thing down because in my opinion, he is the thread that can unravel this whole sweater. But those rabbit holes turn into rabbit warrens with dead ends and never-ending loops, only to show you an image so grotesque that you wish you never saw it in the first place. Believe me, if you feel like making a difference in some way, I recommend donating to A21. They are a charity working to end human trafficking all around the world. You should also consider attending their Walk for Freedom event on October 19th, 2019, which is happening all across the world.